What's up, folks? How's it going? Howdy. Good afternoon. Good evening. All right, we got everybody situated here. The last thing we got to do is the water. I'm waiting for one to fill up, and then we'll do the two. We got to connect this bad boy as well. All right, so we would get everything pretty much connected. We just got to connect here. That's the negative. It goes to the ground. Battery goes to the ground. Grounding rod. Positive comes in, connects to the top. We're good. That's the setup right there. Positive, negative, positive, negative, and it alternates all the way through. So it's a positive, negative charge. The dudes are over here munching down. You can see them. Well, we're gonna do a quick walk over here, and then the other two paddocks, the other two cells that they were in, or paddocks. I kind of use them interchangeably. If you've noticed, if you've followed my videos, we're gonna put this here for them. I used to do only two of these little 15-gallon troughs. Troughs, is that the right term? Troughs, trough. They would drink it all. They would be thirsty by this time during the summertime. So I ended up buying another one. Now I got three of them. They still, when it's a warm day, they'll still drink it all. Today there was like only a little bit left. So. All right, there you go. Full. Now get that one going. It'll be about 4 minutes. So I'm gonna take a quick walk over here. Everybody's eating. We'll come back to these dudes. So they just got in here 30 minutes ago. Then I set the site up for tomorrow. Dogs are asleep over here in the shade. So this is pretty much like a before, what it looks like before they go into it. And there's some holes here. It looks like the coyotes were digging for roots. Also, you can see the difference between the salt bush. These are full of leaves. And you can see the vegetation. So as you can tell over here, the goats, they're browsers. They go for the salt bush. The sheep will eat it as well, but the sheep love this little fresh grass like this. We got a little bit more rain. The thing would have gone a little bit taller, but you know, we got what we got, so we're thankful for that. We still got plenty of green grass. So tomorrow, all these will be bare, salt bush. All this will be pretty much nicked down. Not tomorrow, but the day after. That'll be Friday. Tomorrow we move them in here, and that's the first thing they go after is the salt bush. So that's pretty much the before. I guess you can see this is the during. Then we'll go to an after here over here. We'll put the hose in that last trough. This one is a little bit different. We got some bare spots. There's a bunch of burrows over here. I think it's mouse or mice, I should say. Mice burrows, field mice and all that. Yeah, there's some here as well. This area right here, for some reason, is like that. Over there, like a month ago, we had a couple of burrows like that as well. It wasn't as extensive as this one. This one is pretty big. So, and then we got the wolfberries. They love this as well. I mean, they're starting to come back up. Yeah, they were overgrazed for the longest time. The first 2 years ago when I first started seeing them come back. So the Wolfberries are making a comeback, and we're over here. Little goat is munching on something. Got to look out for ant hills as well. So that far in over there, I forgot there's like a 10-foot strip from that corner to halfway that we already grazed. So I guess it's just kind of like an experiment now to see if they'll eat it or if we'll get grazed. I'm pretty sure they'll cover it. So yeah, that's some pretty big salt bush along this road. I just wanted them to nibble on that. All right, that one's full. Last one. All right, another 3.5 minutes. We'll come back. After that, we gotta fill the dog's water and also Cooper's water. I left them on some food as well. I have an automatic feeder, but it's a big one, like the 50-pound one. I want to get the smaller version to where I can just put on a wheelbarrow or something and just move it. And that would be more beneficial. So this was cell one. They were in here 2 days ago. So this is what it will look like. So this is 2 days ago. And then the salt bush, and nibbled it all down. So they cover everything. It's really nice. So we have a lot of the blue grama grass, very popular around here. Our main source of grass for the sheep and goats. Yeah, this needs a little bit more water for it to grow though. So the main reason why I started doing this is so that we get equal coverage of the pasture. And same with the saltbush. I mean, they're eating it all down the same over here. And some of these old ones, look at this. If we're just herding sheep, they don't ever walk on this, nothing. It would just be a pile that doesn't ever get disturbed. But now they walk on it, they crush it. It's going to decompose a lot faster. Same with this. Look at that. So it's a cool thing. We're going over here. Yeah, we had to pull the trailer from here to where it is now yesterday. A lot of the rabbit bush, they don't eat that. Don't really. Somehow we gotta eradicate that or just kind of outgrow it with the blue grama, the other rice grass. There was another one that was here, like the galleta. So you can see the salt bush all cleared out alongside the road. So this road is one thing that we got to work on. It goes up to, it used to be a ceremonial ground up here, but the way I see it, it kind of, you can see from here, angle, water hits the road, and it just runs down. The same thing used to happen over on that side, if you remember me showing you several months back. So we got to build up a berm, let the water stop, overflow, go back into this side, the natural direction of the water. So that's a big project for next year, which will require the rental of a tractor. I'm thinking a track steer. I like the track steer. It's fun. I was to get a tractor or a heavy equipment of choice. I think that's the one I would take, is a track steer. I mean, they got attachments for them, so it would do the same thing as a regular tractor would. Except, well, yeah, I think they do have attachments for like a backhoe, don't they? On those. on those track steers now, skid steers. Skid steer right here does not. It's not good. I rented one before, so did my uncle. Um, it just kept digging itself into the sand. We're in a pretty sandy location, so the tire just kept spinning. It would just dig itself in. So track steer is the machine of choice out here, or anything with a track, maybe. All right, Cooper's water is good. Now we got the dog food or dog water. Dog food is over there. Dogs are gonna stay on this side. The other day, Daisy actually stayed with the herd. My brother didn't let her out, so I was at a working a few extra hours over. That's why I'm actually able to do the weekly update today on a Wednesday afternoon. I left work 3 hours early, which is pretty cool because I did work 3 hours over on Monday due to a board meeting at where I work. So, and here we are. We had to catch up with everything. So yesterday, um, I just had to move them. I just left the paddock over here up. I just moved them over, tore it down over there, put it up over here, moved the trailer to where it is now. Yeah, so um, the gentleman near the house, and I just gave them some hay, moved them. They were actually the first one I moved today, just so I could get them moved first. And that was where I started. Oh, did I tie that off over there? Doesn't look like I did, or did I? I don't think I did. Oh, well, I got to go back to that corner, I guess. It looks like I didn't tie it off properly. All right. Sometimes that happens. Yeah. So I usually go back and forth to double checking, but sometimes it slips my mind. So yeah, so that's the weekly update. What else do I got? Uh, and I think that's basically it. We just had to get water the other day, and water ran out at a weird time. So, oh, one other update I wanted to do since there's two of them right here. One, this lady here. No, that's Caramelli actually. We got her last year from a friend of ours. There goes one, the one in front of this lady going. She was pretty thin when we got her. It's that brown one over here in front of the lamb. She was pretty thin when we got her. The one with the black neck and black head. And the dark one over there. They were pretty thin when we got them from a friend of ours. We traded for the raised bed that was in front of the house. So every week I look at them, and they're getting bigger. They're adding weight, which is good. Next month, we're actually going to be selling lambs, the weather lambs. So there's one right there. This one here as well. So we've got two of them right there. And this little lady will be bred next year. So we're going to separate. I think we'll probably sell most of them all before we even put the ram in. And here comes one of the kids that is the weather on the yellow tag on the right side. So that's how I mark them. All weathers, they get yellow on the right. Females get it on the left. Every year is a different color. Also just marking the way I can identify them. So yeah, I mean that's next year, and the little goats will be the kids when they're yearlings. That's when I usually sell them for meat. If it's just for like family meal, we eat them whenever we want. So if it's I'm selling it to someone, if they don't mind the gauge or the size, then yeah, like don't be complaining to me that was too small. I warned you, you know. So for us, it's family meal. It's you know you get it all at once, so nothing goes to waste. And maybe you get a leg or an arm, and you just cut that up, freeze it, make it into stew a month later or so. But yeah, here we go. Here's one. She was pretty thin when we got her, but she got some weight on her now. Yeah, just another update. That we did that about 2 months ago, so it's been 2 months now. They're adding some weight, gaining some weight, which is good. So we're gonna keep moving. I don't even know how we're gonna do. I don't know if we're gonna run out of space or not. But yeah, training the sheep, not the sheep, the dogs to stay with the herd, at least next to them, for when we get closer to the ridge. So that way, we have um, guardianship for them. We got some guards out there for them. At least these three will be, guarding them. Cooper, I don't know where he is. Maybe he hitched a ride this time for real. So he's usually hanging out by the highway or by the road. Maybe he's over the neighbor's corral. So he roams a lot. And I did read an article somewhere that Pyrenees tend to roam a big area depending on, where, I guess, where they are. So they kind of roam a bigger area. So, I mean, I don't, everybody knows that he's my dog in the community. So, my neighbors over here, the three neighbors, they don't, they know that he's not lost or just wandering. So we and my neighbor's sheep over here as well. He takes care of him. He watches this whole area right here and then behind the hill as well. But the only thing is, when he gets near the highway over here, people tend to stop and they try to catch him. So we saw a couple of ladies last weekend doing that. They were stopped, and the lady was trying to catch him. I don't know if she was gonna, you know, put him in the vehicle and take off, but yeah, it was a crazy incident. Pulled up over there. We are heading to town, and I was like, "What are you doing? That's your dog." Like, he likes to wander. But then again, you know, he's probably just hanging out over here somewhere. He'll be out here because usually I go around this way, the highway, back up this way to get over here. But today I did the gentleman first, and I took the back way around to get over here. So yeah, yeah. There's another one we got from our friend last year, Ida. I just named her Ida. She's the mother of the boar over there. So that boar buck is half Angora, half boar. So if I don't sell him, we're gonna breed him to, where are they at? Jenny, way back there. Lady, where is Lady? She's right here. Our two boar goats. So if I don't sell him, we're gonna just pin them two ladies up with him. Yeah, that's gonna be. I was kind of considering maybe one of the Son and Angora crosses as well, one of our older goats, but I think just the boars now. And then moving forward, we're just going to concentrate on Angoras and just refining our wool with the sheep, Merinos, Rambulets for the moment. So we'll be selling Loki next year after we use him as well. Oh my gosh, his wool is like cotton candy. It's so beautiful. I'll show y'all like in a post. I mean, it's amazing, so beautiful. Oh my gosh. One of the DBLAs, um, their wool is amazing too. I can't wait to, have them see their baby. Just, I'm like, let it be a female, so that way that wool will be amazing and it gets passed on. But even if it doesn't, we'll keep it around because two amazing wool animals producing a kid like that, a lamb, I think it's going to be amazing. So, but we'll wait and see. Um, this probably late spring, early summer, because we're not putting the ram and the billy goat in or the buck until November, so middle of November. So it'll be like December, January, February, March, April 15, tax time babies. So yeah, that's up good. Yeah, she came from a friend of ours. Traded her for that raised bed. Navajo Angora. We'll be breeding our Angora does with Blue, who's I think kind of like a quarter Navajo Angora, 3/4 American Angora, because his face is not fully engulfed, like bearded, should I say? Not full bearded, kind of like me, scraggly little beard, you know. So I think it's like a Navajo Angora, like maybe a quarter or something, not even a half, or maybe it is a half though. Yeah, he's not full American Angora. So. Same with Gizmo. We're going to use him next year. He's brown, so we're going to see. I think it'll be pretty cool to breed him against the two brown goats and then these colored ones and even the white ones. Our Navajo Angora buck, I was selling him, but if I don't sell him this year or next year, I'll probably end up using him in 3 years and go back to the Navajo Angora buck. And then there's a lady I know that raises some beautiful Navajo Angoras. So I'm just like, we're gonna go with a buck from her, and yeah. So it'll be pretty fun. You know, you just kind of explore things. I guess you know it's pretty fun just to develop some beautiful mohair, some beautiful wool. Just, I mean, if y'all raise your sheep and goat for that, just experiment, man. Just keep making it better. It takes time, but make some amazing fleeces, make some amazing wool, some amazing mohair. This year, um, I didn't sell my wool. Well, yeah, it got into burrs, so everything was covered in burrs. We just turned it into wool pellets. Um, I know a lot of people don't know what to do with their wool on the reservation, so next year I'm wanting to purchase their wool so I can turn it into wool pellets. So, and depending on current prices. Usually, wool is like what 5, 6, 7, 8 cents a pound in Gallup. The wool, what do you call them? Those wool buyers. Um, but yeah, I don't know. For me, I just want to pay at least 3 times that to people. Give them a little bit more money per pound for the wool, so at least they show more interest in them producing wool, shearing, and not just throwing it away. That this way, at least it gets used in gardens, you know. So that's kind of a plan that we have to move forward. So if you're one of them, or if you know someone that just throws their wool away, let them know that you know someone that's going to buy for a higher price rather than getting 2 cents and thinking it's just a waste. I'm willing to pay 20 cents, 25 cents, even 50 cents a pound for some really nice wool because we turn it around and, turn it into wool pellets. And, that way we put it back into the ground, put it back into the soil. It's how we help the shepherds on the reservation and even just our local area shepherds that raise sheep, that raise goats. Um, so yeah, just let them know and spread the word. So next year we'll start advertising for that. I know it's going to be a pretty big expenditure up front to start, but I'm just wanting to see the kind of feedback I get from that, and just to see how people will react to it. I just don't want people to be skeptical. I want people to enjoy raising sheep, to enjoy the shearing process, and to actually produce something beautiful. You know. So yeah, that's our weekly update. So I went a little bit longer than I usually do. I usually do 15 minutes, 18 minutes tops, but I'm at 24 and a half minutes now. So that's our weekly update. Our little mule is doing really good. Our donkey, our Kelly. So water is full. I gotta roll up the hose and we're gonna head back. We gotta start on dinner since yeah, I miss cooking. So I'm like, yeah, I want to make dinner this evening. So I gotta check that corner post. It looks like I didn't drive it in at all. So I don't have an extra stake. So I know we're crossing the road here, but I think it'll be okay. So all right, y'all. Thank you for watching. Don't forget hit the like button, hit the bell, the notification button, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and we will see y'all again next week. So hope y'all enjoyed this. Hope it was informational. Um, Last week I posted 2 videos. One was with me setting up the fence, which I got to redo. I am in the process of purchasing a little accessory thing so I can just put on my chest so I can, be like this while I'm taking the fence down and then setting it back up. So that way, at least, I'm not just kind of setting it at one place, but I rather have you guys have a perspective view of me taking it down and then setting it back up and just kind of doing the process of that. So I think that will be interesting. I believe that will be beneficial. So if you have, and you'll see how I, I guess, get aggravated with the salt bush, the wolfberries, and the rabbit bush sometimes. So yeah, but it'll be fun. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get going. So thank you for watching again. I appreciate y'all time, and we will see you later. Peace out, y'all.